Hey everyone, get ready, we'll be seeing the sunset in 3, 2, 1, here we go. It's looking so amazing today! Yay! Jesus, here's a shout out, welcome, great to have you here. How are you doing after the FX Expo? I thought you had a fair bit of sleep, so I'm doing it super chill today. Sitting in a different place, so no camera, but added the avatar. Tell me how you like it, I think it's hilarious. It's good. I don't need to look at it all the time. I think it's too good. Yeah, the sunset is pretty nice. That's the place where I actually live in. So yeah, we still have the sunlight here. It's so far north, not as far as Sweden or Norway, but still, it's not Florida. I hope everything is sounding right. We are on a different mic. I'm sitting in a different place. Everything is different. It's gonna be fun. That zombie. Cool emotes. These are stock Twitch emotes. I had no idea. Whoa, yeah, you can click on my screen, but I need to activate this, so whenever we want it, we can do that. Or where do I have it? Oh, I forgot the map button. Hang on. So we've got this thing, so you can click on screen and it should be showing the markers, but we learned that they don't disappear, so I will keep this on and off whenever we need that. I actually need to add the button on Stream Deck. I forgot to do that. I think it's pretty cool, but we'll need to find some use case for that. So there's the mighty commander. And we have that zombie there in the back. The sunset officially is in 9 minutes, but the sun, well, is just going down. So I've been looking at this for the past half an hour. It's been pretty amazing. How's everyone doing? I'm feeling super chill. I actually got super early and I was ready for half an hour. That's me. I'll hide the markers. If you ever want them, just let me know. I'll pop them in. Right, I plan for days just fly this thing around and do some practicing. I put in the stream title that will be hand flying. That might not have been the best decision, but well, nah, it's committed, so now we have to hand fly. Also, terminal, it actually looks like that in real life. Let me try to show you around. It's a new terminal, well, new-ish. It's been up for last decade, I think, or more. It's actually pretty nice and very spacey. There's no like viewing place, so you can just go in, go through the stairs, and like from here through two layers of glass, you can see something. So it's not great, but it works. Or you can go here at the parking and see the planes through the layer of glass. This barrier, it actually covers the whole thing, so there are no gaps in this barrier. And all the turboprops or CRJs, they do stand here because they are not big enough for the jetway. And usually they don't sit like that. I think they sit in a place so that they just turn around and they can taxi away without the pushback tag. But I would need to check that actually. So that's the new terminal. There's cargo, there's tower, which is also fairly new. We've got these phantom lights up here. I think it's just the firebox, so don't worry about that all too much. We do have the de-icing pad, but I don't think it has all those light poles. And we have the GA terminal here, which used to be the old terminal. So when I was here one time with our Tecnam, that's where we parked. Also, you turn around here, so that looks a bit different. And last but not least, there is the military area, but obviously I have never been there. And we also do have Ryanair maintenance hangar, so that's where those guys are being maintained. And also on the other side, there's an apron for some cargo companies or some GA aircraft as well. So depending on who's flying there, well, they can also be here. I've never been here, so I have no idea how this looks up front, up close. And that's pretty much it. St. Louis is looking pretty chill. Right, we'll jump inside and we'll get this thing going. I'll unmute it. The sim is pretty loud, so I hope it's gonna be okay. Alright, the setup is pretty cozy. I quite like it. I'm still curious what you think about the avatar. Is it distracting? Is it too hilarious? Is it just right? Anyway, if you have any feedback about the stream and time, you can always let me know. I'm super welcome to that. Even if it's something that you might think is unpleasant, I would like to hear it. So I filled the plane with 9 tons of fuel. There is 0 passenger, it's just us, the crew. And I wanted to speedrun everything so that we can just go in and fly, but I thought we'll do it together so you are more immersed. The only thing I did is I did hit the B for the QNH, and I did set the altitude for 3000. That's what we'll be using, I think. Alright, so now I can go and speedrun this. Also, this Fenix A320, it's such a nice plane, I super like it. And I loaded the turnaround state with APU, so I don't need to fiddle with the overhead panel. We are making this all nice and easy today. Well, so far. So we're going from Echo Papa Whiskey Romeo. It's so strange when I know you cannot see me and I don't need to care. And yeah, we're more testing this out, so I hope you like it. We're going to Echo Papa Whiskey Romeo. I would like not to fill it in, but the plane is very unhappy if we don't do that, so we just need to do that. We'll put Commander 123. Alright, we'll put 117 since it's me. Cost index, I'll just put 5, it doesn't matter all too much. Cruise level, we'll put 100, why not? Right, I think IRS is already initialized. I wonder if it will get the wind. I have actually no clue, since we didn't load the flight from SimBrief. It may or may not get the wind. Anyhow, we go to the flight plan. So data init flight plan. Nothing here. I actually don't want to load anything. Alright, secondary flight plan. I'll just be active. So we are good. And we're also following the diff strip. That's the one I like. I know there's also some other one. So data init flight plan, secondary flight plan, radio, init B, and performance. Secondary radio. Okay, so here we'll actually put in the things. That's us. The data from top overlay is coming from Volanta, and we do have Navigraph as well. So let's start with the ILS approach, and the ILS is 110.3, and we also have the VR 111.65. Maybe I need to try to load this in plane. I'm actually barely using that. So 111.65, will that work? Oh, it's already tuned in. How convenient. And the ILS 110.3. Right, course for the ILS is 291, so let's put that in. Also, my stream deck sits on the other hand now, so I'm a bit confused. Maybe I'll just put it on the other side, so I'm not getting as confused. Nah. Not doing it. 291, 291. Alright, I think it means it doesn't have the course altogether, so the dashes means it's good. I haven't been using this all too much, so it's a bit of a mystery. We'll see how this goes. So that's the idea. E need be... Right, we actually do need to put the numbers in here or the plane will be super unhappy. This plane is made to do one thing and one thing only, but do it good. Just fly it from A to B. The cat just came here and almost lied on the keyboard. She doesn't get it that it's a mouse pad, not a cat pad, but well, here we go. Right, I need those numbers for 4.0 to 7.8. 440 to 78. I know I don't need to put in the 0.0, but if I don't do that, it messes up my flow and I forget what's next. Next we have fuel, so 8.8 tons in tanks. Also in kilograms, I did set my airframe to use default kilograms. Even so, it's commander. Right, so that's done, and performance V1. Right, we go here, here. I think I haven't been flying in this sim stream yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't been. So, runway 29er, I've checked on Navigraph that that's a good one. It seems pretty dry to me also. It's been raining today. We had rain showers, CBs coming through the whole day. It's been pretty nice. Alright, apply meter... Wait, I'm going to the wrong one. That's landing. We're actually thinking of... What am I doing? Right, runway 29er, dry, sync load sheet. Hope it worked. Calculate. Alright, 107, 129er, 129er. One to niner. I did my MCC training on a generic. Forky is here, mother of God, it's 2D Vex. Yes, it's me. Also, the fun fact: I took the picture just at home, and the cinema I just put in through the AI. Let me know if it looks okay. I think it's maybe a bit too jumpy. Is that the case? Shall I make it less jumpy? Hang on, I'll do that. Ryzen, welcome. I'm doing a bit of an experimental stream. I made it super different today. I sit in a different place, no camera, just the avatar. It's different mic, different plane, different everything, just the same me. And also my cat is on the mouse pad, just between the monitor and the keyboard. So there's room for some accident when she actually gets on the keyboard. Okay, I stopped breathing. I think I can't pet her because she's getting agitated. So I'll make the avatar less jumpy. Hang on. Alright, I need to go here to filters, avatars. I think avatar scale is the one that I want to make less jumpy. Will that work? Will that work? I think no. Keep the scale up, we'll keep the move a bit less. How's that now? I think it's maybe a bit better. I don't actually know, it's so funny. Right, we'll keep like this. I think I like this better. So we're in the plane, that's loaded. Since we're just taking off and landing, we'll be just flying this thing around. I need to put the things already in for the landing, so I think that's what threw me off. And I loaded the landing page straight away. Oh dear, what's our weight? Fuel prediction, blah 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 blah. 44.8.5. Oh no. Hey Dryzen, here's a shout out. I think we also had Forky's shout out just before. Great to have you here. Each and every one of you. Oh, okay, 44.8. No, not that's hard, Marad. That's gonna be 52.5. 52.5. $52.5. I super like that they made the Fenix so good they don't need didn't need to patch it in the last half year, and they're focusing on the next version. I actually think that's really well done. Alright, well, let's see how this looks. Alright, looks good actually. Ta-da-da. Actually, I didn't need to put this in anyway. 1015, 14 to 90110. I need to put all this in or the plane will be unhappy. We don't need that all too much, but plane needs that. As I mentioned, the plane is made to do one thing and one thing only, fly from A to B, which makes different thing a bit more mysterious. No single patch in the things most select products. Yeah, it has few things that, but they're not deal breaking. Like, actually, you'll see, the hand flying maybe isn't great or things like that, but to be honest, I don't bother all too much. When will it stop teleporting me into the ground? I don't know. Soon. Actually, it never did that to me, but it did that to 10, who has pretty much the same system, so, well, maybe I just haven't been flying it enough. 290 at 10. Also, fun thing that I'm always forgetting is whenever you read the wind, well, it's a rule of thumb, whenever you read it, it's true course, and whenever you hear it, it's magnetic, and I always forget to apply the correction. Good Star Trek version with teleportation, yeah, pretty much. I think that's just a feature for Icy. Also, where's Icy? We'll shout it out. We'll shout him out. Maybe he'll come. So, how has your week been? It's Tuesday, I think. Because of the heat wave last week, I've just spent 5 days, including the weekend, just sleeping. So it wasn't great. So I feel like it's Friday today, but as it's Tuesday, my mind is gone. Technology hates me, but I alright otherwise. Cool, Forky. I built an AC for my gaming room and bedroom. Yay! I actually looked at the AC in spring, and when I saw this thing takes 2 kilowatts of power, I said no, I'm not doing it. I'll suffer. Well, I'm sure that was the wise decision. So, hang on, is it working? Yeah. That's Wrocław. That's the place in Poland where I actually live right now. And it's a scenery, but by fly too high. It's pretty nice, so I just went outside to show you. It's super nice here, and terminal actually looks like that. There's the city over there. I think I forgot to load in. Well, there is one skyscraper here, but it's not showing up. Might change my mind when the electricity bill shows up as well. Need to go to the gym. Cool. Enjoy the gym. So that's where we are. Right, we can jump back in. Everything time-wise, not so bad at all. Jeez, I'll make a photo of the cat. It's hilarious. Hang on. Alright, it's in. I'll put it on Discord. She's found a pretty weird spot. Right, almost there. Need to load the channel on the phone. It's taking forever. No, it's actually not. Alright, aerial shots, and here we go. It's there. So you can have a look. I'll put the link to the screen chat as well. You are very welcome to join. Oh, it's getting dark, so do we need some light? I actually never remember where the lights are. Hang on, there's one thing here, so I'll just put these 2 clicks. otherwise looking pretty weird. Maybe one. Alright, let's put one click. Okay, we need to dim the PFD. Whoops. Oh, I hit the transfer. Right, we'll dim the PFD, we'll dim the navigation display. No, that's the wrong one. Needs to be the inner one. I didn't think I'll need to do that, so I could have done that before, but I honestly didn't think about it. Right, we'll dim the screen for the other guy as well. And we're good. Alright, let's taxi out and we'll set up everything else as we go. So, fuel pumps go on, and what else do we need? Need the beacon light on. Everything else should be a-okay. Seatbelts. What's up with the seatbelts? There's no one there anyway, but well, we'll put them on. Right, before we roll out, so I don't forget, we'll put transponder on and TRRA. 2000 is okay for us. And I'll try to remember to get the predictive wind shear and the radar on as well. Alright, we go to the ground services here. It's so weird and knowing you don't see me, it feels like cheating. Yeah, the test is working, so that's a backup plan for me. Whenever something is not right, I can always do that now. Yay, I feel happy. So, chokes and cones go off. Connect the tag. Come on, tag. So the zombie, you can always go through me, that's fine. I know it's a bit tight here, so don't worry about it. Right, I'll release the parking brake. Press the start here. And start the... I know the problem is, hang on. No, I need to change my profile. I actually forgot it's on the wrong one. Oh dear. So we need to go to the Fenix profile here. Yay, there we go. Alright, everything else say okay. Boom, now it's working. So I'll let this do its thing. And in the meantime, we need to look out. And I will start turning. I actually figured out when I need to do that, but I forgot already. Alright, we are turning left. Whoa. Right, that engine is actually not going. What's up? Oh, I know it's the problem. I forgot this thing to ignition. Yeah, great. Alright, takes a bit back. Right, we do have a bit of a competition here, but that's fine. Don't worry about the zombie. Right, I'll just stand here. So let's stop here. Parking brake set. Disconnect the tag. Don't worry about the other brass. It's our friend. Nothing's gonna happen. We're good. I wonder how it ended up being the wrong way, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. Alright, that engine started. We start the left engine. So I just moved on my joystick this to the left. Yeah, the left one to on. Alright, since we're here, I put the predictive wind shear to on and radar. Was the radar just not working anyway to on? That should be better now. Wait for this engine to start. Come on, engine. You can do it. Right, there it goes. So now I need to put this back to normal. I'm not sure if it pops back automatically or if I need to do that. It really wants to do that, but well, my Jessic hardware is not letting it. We'll hit the reset on the rudder trim, just to be sure. Right, so I don't forget APU bleed off, APU off. Everything looks okay here. I super like this plane. It's pretty straightforward to operate, which saves a lot of thinking resources once things go south and you actually need to think. So that then it can save the day, in my opinion. Alright, I always do the flight control check just to make sure my hardware is working actually. So I go from the rudder and work my way up. Also, whenever I do this, I confirm it's moving to the correct side, remembering the Embraer guys in Portugal who had ailerons connected the wrong way, and well, it was a real close call. So step on the rudder. Normally we would press the pedal disconnect button so the nose wheel is not moving, only the rudder, but it doesn't work here, so I can't do that. Right, full left, it's showing full left, full right, it's showing full right, full up, showing full up, full down, showing full down. I always think it's showing the right thing, but I got used to it, so now I don't need to. I think so. If I want to go down, the elevator needs to deflect down, so it's putting the tail up, so the nose goes down. That's my thinking, so I see that's okay. And same for aileron, full left, and now I see we want to turn left, so left wing needs to go down, so the left aileron needs to go up. So this is up, up, and I go here diagonally down, so up, up, down, and full right, up, up, down. Right, so this is okay. I think I actually forgot about this thing. So flaps 1 up 07, flaps 1, trim up 07 and 68. I think there's a different format that you can do. I saw it on Riva stream. So let's try that. The 1/ and I think you could do 0.7u. Let's see if that works. Nope. So 1/ maybe, alright, up 0.7 and 68 was the flex temperature. Right, then whenever I push back, I leave this page on both CDUs, so I see that I actually need to put that in. So I put my flaps to 1, I arm the speed brakes, and I put the trim. So up 07, I forgot to count the clicks, that's 06, 07. So 07 and flaps are showing 1. Right, so now I can go back to the flight plan, and I know I finished the thing. Also dim it a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same on the other side. It's probably gonna work. Right, so now that's all in. Alright, the auto brakes max and test. So that's all done. Oh no, now it's the scary part. We are actually good to go. And we can go and taxi. Right, taxi lights. Well, nose light to taxi. One look here. And we're good to go. Disengage parking brake. Oh, I didn't show you how we taxi, so let me show you. Hang on. Oh, here we are. So we're here in the terminal. Let's put this in so it's easy for us today. We taxi via Bravo 1, Bravo 2. We turn right onto Alpha 1 and go to holding short. Holding point runway 29er. This is the way. Can I actually load that here? Nah, I'm not gonna look there anyway. Also, one thing I did, I adjusted the default pilot position to the way I like, so it's very convenient for me to fly. The way I did that is so... Well, first I see everything I need to see here, and also I see on the bottom screen the part where the spoilers will show. So I have control over most of the things I need for landing. And then I see a bit of the bottom here, and I'm not sure if it's zooming in or out. So it's not the default position, so I hope it's okay for you. I think it's okay. So let's go in taxi. Right, advance the throttles. Are we doing it the hard way today? Of course we are. This is how I roll. So I'll not be using the auto throttles today. Yay, welcome. As far as I know, if you do the interview check for airline, they do make you fly raw data on the Robo simulator and not the throttle, not pilot. So it's actually good to know your thrust settings. As far as I know, they give you a list what you'll be doing, so you know those thrust settings and pitch that you want to maintain. So actually you can remember that, and it should be easier for you to do that once you're going. I'm using the tiller, so whenever I move that, this thing is moving. I'm not using my pedals to taxi. You can barely see a thing, but don't worry. I'm not sure if you're hearing the sim correctly, so I'll adjust that in a moment. Actually, I'll try to do that now. Yeah, maybe it's working correctly. Alright, I think we're good. So it does sound a bit wonky, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Alright, we're almost there. So we need to turn before the de-icing path. Yeah, that's the thing. We go here on alpha, we skip the de-icing path. I think we're 20 knots seems fair enough for now. I'll need to slow before the turn. Alright, let's slow down a bit now. Right, what are we at? I lost it. Oh, 10 knots, it's here. Alright, trunks and text line. I probably did it a bit early, but we are all good. I'll stop at the holding point and make sure I've got everything ready. Also, I'm not happy with the sound, so I'll try to check it. My sim sound is running through compressor and limiter, so sometimes when the plane is very loud, it does a weird things and sounds very odd. So I'll try to correct that. Hang on. Right, stop here. Parking brake set. We still have a long way to go. So just because I'm seeing the line doesn't mean we're at the line. We're definitely not there. And how can I make this sync work a bit better? Hang on. Yeah, I think it's actually working okay, so stay with that. Are we all ready? Well, looks like we are. I don't think I forget anything. We'll do the dink. Hey, here's the dink. I just cycled the seatbelts so you can hear the dink in the cabin. And you'll get the landing lights on, no slide to take off as well. Strobe lights are in auto. Yep, just verify that. One problem I'm having in the sim is that you can't see the switches at night, so it's very difficult to tell the position and to operate them. I believe in real cockpit you can at least feel that, so that's way easier. Here I do need a bit of a floodlight, otherwise it's not working great, but if I do this, it's not fun. So I'm still not sure how to do that best. I'll try to hide the other tablet as well. Hang on. We got the headlights. There we go. Alright, let's line up the runway and off we go. So, I'll try to stay true to what I wrote in the stream title. No autopilot, just hand flying. I'll just put this in so we can navigate somehow. So I'm going to the ROS nav mode for now. We'll switch that to something else later on. And I will need to disable the auto throttle once we take off, so as soon as we are climbing, I'll do that. Right, it is a bit of a rocket, so I need to focus here. Line up runway, 29 are checked and 29 on the heading. Right, so we're good. 50%, let's stabilize. So I'm aiming with those blue things at 50%. And now I go to man flags. Alright, it's just my hardware. So 100 knot, easing off, that's elevator input. V1, rotate. And off we go. I want the flight directors off. Right, there we go. I'll try to keep this airspeed. Positive climb, gear up. And I'll go to climb and I'll disable the auto throttle in a second. There it is. It's auto throttle disabled. So I have manual control over thrust. Woohoo, so now I need to be careful. Right, we're at 2500, so I can accelerate. Level off at 1000 here. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Plane is going. Accelerating like crazy, flaps up. Right, now I can reduce the speed. I think I want to keep around 100 knots. Sorry, 200 knots. That's gonna be a good speed. The green dot is also always a good reference. The beep is us not being at the 3000, so let's go there. And I'll turn 90-degree left. And fly something like a downwind leg. Actually, let's do 180. Right, we do have the heading back here. So it's set at 291. Maybe I'll keep that for now. So that's our reference. What's the final approach? Final approach course. Right, I'm trying to keep 3000 here, looking the side as well, 220 knots, so that's fine. I think something around 50% thrust works. Whoa, 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 don't sink. Right, I'll not do full 180, I'll keep this heading for the time being, so we gain some distance from final approach track, and it will be a bit easier for us to intercept it. I think I wanted to set something here. Not yet. Right, I can put on the landing system, so we have this ready. Turn off the other flight director, so now the mods are gone. That was the bit I was looking for earlier, but didn't have the mental capacity to do that. Also, there is one mountain here. Where is it actually? I think that's the one. The closest mountain. I think it's an extinct volcano. Well, I'm pretty sure it is. It looks pretty impressive. Let's have a look outside. Where are these mountains? Yeah, there is the moon. There are mountains there and back. Pretty familiar landscape to me. But we need to go back flying. Right, it's working pretty well. So this plane, if you don't touch it, it's nice to you. 50% thrust looks about right. I think we gained enough distance, so I'll turn so that we are flying the downey leg. So we need to be right 290 less 180, so that will be 0. Oh no, what? Hang on. 110? Yep, 110. Also, our track is being shown with the diamond, so unlike Boeing, where you, as far as I know, you have the option to show north up or track up, this one is showing north up. Sorry, heading up. In Boeing you have heading up or track up. This one is showing heading up, but you have the diamond for the track, which is super helpful. The Whiskey Charlie in Lima here is the airport. Actually, we can show the airports here, so it's a bit easier to navigate. Wow. We need more speed, so I think 200 knots will be good. So maybe I need 55% power then. It's a bit good exercise to do this manually, and then you feel more confident about using the auto thrust since you know what to expect from it. Alright, I want to be between green dot and 200 knots. Right, maybe between green dot and 220 knots, aiming for 200 knots. That's the plan. I'll be looking for the glide slope. Once we get below it, we'll turn inbound. Actually, we can have a look at the approach chart quickly. So the final approach fix at 2,700. We are at 3,000, so we'll be a bit further. And final approach fix at somewhere around 7, so I guesstimate us to be somewhere around 10 miles. Intercepting the glide slope. The elevation is 400. Whoa, right, so maybe it's actually a bit less than 10 miles. 400 and the minima is 601. That's about it. I want to know what time being. Go around, we just fly straight ahead and do whatever we just did. So it's not very nice today. I'm just doing this for training, more focusing on the hand flying, less on the procedure here. Normally will be vectored by the ATC, so they'll be telling us what to do. Here I just try to mimic whatever they would be telling us to do, and since I know there is no terrain here, we are pretty much safe. Right, I think we're good, so let's do that. I will try to slow down now. Right, we are getting to the green dot. I will get flaps 1 since we're below the notch, and turn 90 degrees. The beep is me getting out of the 3000, so we smash that by 200 feet, which is considered a level bust. Right, now I need to stop that. I actually should know my target pitch. Right, accelerate a bit here, so I'll keep 55 again. I hope that's gonna put us at the right place. I'm looking at the heading back here, so I'm looking for 30-degree intercept angle. And then I'll need to think how to silence this altitude thing. So we're 15 miles, so we'll be well... So we'll capture the localizer well beyond, well before the final approach fix for us, or well before intercepting the glide slope, which is what I was aiming for. Right, 291 plus 30, that's 321. So that's our heading right now. We're keeping the 3000, we're below the glide slope, localizer's on the right, so that's okay, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is the cat just lying on the controller. I need to disarm the run spoilers. I totally forgot to do that. We'll keep the lights on, and I think we're good to go. We'll do touch and go. So that's the plan. That's the big plan there. Right, we're 12 miles. So I'll go flaps 2. Getting too high again. Are we actually going to intercept that in time? I see the runway there to the left, so I think... Right, looking here, I didn't do this quite right, so I'll turn right more aggressively. Try to silence the beep, hang on. Sorry, your ears. Right, I'm looking here, so I know where to intercept the localizer, so I hope it's gonna work. So I actually did it too early now. Ooh. Right now we're getting too low. I think I really should be looking here as well. Right, I'll get the gear down. Flaps 3 and I'll get flaps 4 as soon as we start the descent. I'll ease off the intercept angle, so that's not going very well, so we'll try this one more time. After we do this touch and go, localizer is live, glide slope alive, so we are established. Right, glide slope within half dot. I'll go flaps full and start the descent. There's the runway, so I can look there. Let's make it easy peasy today. And since I'm having no auto throttle, that's a bit awkward. Right, good thing is that we have the runway reference here, so it's actually a bit easier. Right, it's looking nice. Don't know what our approach speed should be. So I'll just guesstimate whatever feels right. I think between 140 and 145 should be fine. Right, we are to the right, so I'm correcting that. It's on localizer, it's on glide slope. So pitch around 0 seems to work. Let's see, our ground speed is 126 times 5. That's 500, 625, so that's the descent rate we need. So it's showing 600 here, so that's looking pretty much okay. Getting slightly below, so correct that up a bit. How are we doing? 50 minutes into the stream. I'm planning a bit short today, so 2 hours. And I'm getting tired already. It's a bit exhausting. Alright, final check. Landing gear down. It's actually shutting down. Hang on. Down 3 green. I'll keep the spoilers disarmed since we want to do touch and go. Everything looks okay here as well. It's such a nice plane to fly. I'm not even touching the throttle, so 57% looks fine. Well, maybe it's just more, so 60% on approach on full flaps. That's the number to remember. And the reason I'm looking at that is because when I'm doing the approach next time, it's much easier for me to know the target settings and put them and adjust from there rather than having to guesstimate the settings and being all over the place. It's just much more difficult to stabilize when you don't know what you're aiming for. So if you know your target pitch and target thrust, that's making it so much easier. So my target pitch is around 0, my target thrust is 60%.
1000.
Alright, we're having 1000 colder, we see the runway. So I'll try to follow visually from now. It's actually more difficult flying just looking outside and following that, since we don't have the HUD. So I'm looking more outside, less inside. Just looking inside to get the correction, to know where I should be going. Nicotine! Hello, welcome. Thank you for the second. It's a bit different stream today. I'm hand flying the Airbus. No auto throttle and no camera, so there's just the bouncy picture of me. I feel like it. It's a bit funny. See that? Yeah. Uh-oh. Alright. Alright. Ground spoilers not armed, but that's what I want for the touch and go. I had a freeze there, so I got a bit scared. And I'm hand flying this, no auto thrust. So that's a real cool exercise. Right now we're getting a bit fast and high. Let me correct that. I reduced the thrust to 50. And
100.
I overdid that. So Fenix has this setting for
50,
flight stick.
40,
I have it on realistic,
30,
so...
20. Retard.
Alright.
Retard.
That wasn't great. Not an airline fan, but okay, then missed the occasion to learn how to start this properly. You can always watch the VOD. Right. Positive climb, gear up, flaps. Uh-oh. Actually, let's put it in Toga. And now go back to flex and disable the auto thrust and disable the flight directors. So Nicotine, even though it's airliner, I'm pretty much doing what I will be doing in a Baron or whatnot today. It's just more difficult since things are happening fast, but it's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. We're flying in my hometown, where I actually live now, and just doing some approaches here. Maneuvering around how ATC would throw us around, and have flying the whole time. Right, reduce the thrust. My target was 60%. So remember, it's super important to know the settings, otherwise you're having a hard day. Level of here at 3000, and this thing is a rocket, so if you don't remember the settings, things can go weird. Like if you're too long at full power, it will just accelerate so fast and you're gone. Right, we can stay at 220 knots, so maybe 55% will be better. Right, that's the same thing again, 180. Trying to keep the altitude. Remember that it will start the beep as soon as I get 200 off. And again, that's how I like to test out the new plane in Sim. Just hand fly it first and then slowly start adding the automation, so I actually understand how the modes work. Which means if I'm confident in flying it first, then I can experiment with autopilot, just turning it off and on all the time, changing the modes, and try to understand what they're doing. Here's how I do it, other people might do it otherwise. I saw 737 NG pilot saying he'd rather turn on the autopilot in basic modes and try to get the feel of the plane from there. So you can also do that. I'll roll out here at 110 and we need to find our base leg. So let's think what went wrong the last time. We were too early. So I'll be looking here at the chart. Now we're actually pretty close. Right, so I'll go 10 degrees to the right just so we get a bit more distance. And we'll only start turning in once we pass a beam this point. This should make it a bit easier for me. Right, I'm getting a bit better at keeping the altitude, also it's not perfect. I still don't remember my target pitch for level flight. Also a bit too fast, so 50% was my target, not 60. Right, I'm tempted to write this down, but then I know I never look at my nose ever again. So I'll make it hard to try to remember. Target pitch seems to be... not sure how to put it. Between 5 degrees and 2.5, so having the square just here, that seems to be my target pitch. Actually, maybe slightly low, slightly less, 2.5 degree up. So it's even different. So target pitch is the bottom of the square is touching the 2.5 line, so the first line. Right, now we're getting distance just like I wanted, so we'll have enough time for the base leg here. And I think I need some water to drink since my throat is running dry. So hang on, I'll go get it. Alright, so back in a few seconds. I leave this flying. We'll see what happens. Hang on, it's not ready. Alright, put in the target pitch. So there we go. There we go. Now it needs to be a bit higher now, so that pitch changes with the speed, I believe. Since I slow down a bit. Now it actually wants to be a bit higher. Right. Now I go get some water. I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back with the water. The plane is still flying, so that's looking good. Oh, but we do have the beep. Sorry, your ears. Right, that's rectified now. How are we looking here? So I'll be turning the base leg soon enough. Whoa, 1 hour in, we're doing second approach, so that's going fast. Smash the localizer, so let's intercept again. Already see the runway there. I super like that I have this runway reference line here. It's really helpful. It makes it much easier. Okay. Do I want to start slowing down? I do. So let's go flaps 1. Also, I want to be fully configured before I start the approach, so that I don't need to change my descent rate and whatnot during the approach. It's making it more difficult when I have to do that. We can try to do that in few approaches once I get more comfortable with the base situation. Right, so let's reduce speed here so we can go flaps 2. Here's flap 2, flaps 2. I'll get the gear now already. Now I need to add the speed, add the power again. Just not too much, not too much. No. I think I've overdone it. I need to look at those blue dots that are showing where the power is aiming at. Right, need to correct the localizer to, well, correct to the right. Glide slope is alive. Let's go flaps 3. As soon as I start descending, I'll go flaps full. So there's half that, and I'll start descending now. Flaps full. Keep it at 50%. That's my guesstimate for now. Alright, we are on localizer, we're on glide slope, although we are getting a bit low and we are getting a bit slow. So 55% this, let's see how that works. 60% it is. I need to correct to the left. Now it's okay. We are in the descent. I want to be around 600 feet per minute, but I still need to go a bit up. Okay, final check. Landing gear down to green. It's pretty much all I want at this point since we're doing touch and goes. Alright, now the situation is somewhat stabilized. We're doing 140 knots. Just need to correct slightly to the right. I'm looking at diamond here and I see that my wind correction is to the left. Well, sorry, my wind correction needs to be to the right. So I need to be slightly right of that line here. Also I can align the diamond with the heading back. And my pitch somewhere around 0. Just align this with the diamond of the glide slope. Right, it's all working now. I'll be looking more inside now than the last time. That didn't work out with me looking outside all too much. Now, why are we accelerating all of a sudden? I'll reduce the power to 55%. And we'll see where that puts us. Need to correct to the left, need to correct down. So again, even though it's airliner, what I'm doing feels pretty much like GA. It's just a very fast GA. And also really good training. Whoa, now I'm descending way too fast. Hang on. Need to rectify that.
1,000. Now the localizer, everything is going wrong. And it's not that wrong.
Right, I have the runway inside, so I'll be looking in and out, just switching between the view. It's gonna be fine. Now the airspeed is going down. I think I'll keep that power setting. Let's not touch it since it's all stabilized. Yeah, now the airspeed is going up, so we're all good here. Slightly low, that's fine. I need to correct it right now. Right, I'll be looking at the runway as well. There we go. It's two whites, two reds, and I'm looking in, looking out, looking in, looking out. Just continue from here. The problem I have, as soon as I switch to looking outside, it's going all haywire. Also because the perspective is changing a lot, and now we're getting over the glide slope again. Is that the problem with the glide slope in Misfits? Alright, so, okay, try not to smash again.
100.
I did smash it last time, so let's try not to do that this time.
50, 40,
right,
30,
throttle idle,
20, retard.
pulling back a lot. Now we're floating too much.
20, retard. 5.
Alright, that was better. Flaps 2. Let's go Toga actually. Right, we can rotate here. Flaps 1. Look at my airspeed. Okay, I want this flight director off. Need the auto thrust off for just a moment. Positive climb, gear up. Flaps up. I'll reduce the power to climb now and disable the auto thrust. Right, flaps are up. We're climbing 3000. It may be difficult to keep your climb rate reasonable and your airspeed reasonable. So as you can see, 3000 feet per minute just before leveling off. That's a bit crazy, so maybe I should have reduced the power a lot earlier. Right, now I'll disable the other flight director. And I'm not seeing the mouse here again. That's what I wanted. Alright, 55% power. And off we go again. It still wasn't great, I thought it was better. So... Whoa, 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 whoa. What's up with you? I think I simply need more thrust in such a steep turn. That's probably what's going on here. I know what's going on. Because our G is going up, the alpha floor is also going up. So that's why it looks way more scary all of a sudden, even though nothing changed. Right, heading 120 again. So I'm getting the hang of it now. Here's the beep, so I lost 300 feet again for no reason whatsoever. Here's 120, roll out. Roll out! That's the word I've been missing for the past billion streams. Now I know it. Yay! I feel happy. Right, reduce the power, 55, level off. And up we go again. Phew. Let's have a look at that zombie here. Are you somewhere nearby? There we are. Great stuff. Right, I'll go back into cockpit and there's no beep. Amazing. Can't believe I didn't go off 200 feet again. So there we go, 220 knots. And we can keep that, so we'll be quicker. on the base turn. So I'm having a look here, and again, once we pass a beam, I'll start turning. That seems to have worked last time. Phew, I can take a breath. It's actually pretty exhausting flying this plane all the time, especially on the approach. Right, so 55% puts us at 220 knots. That's a good airspeed that I like. What's the speed back here? Right, it's just in the manage mode, so it's showing whatever. I think it just defaulted to the green dot, so that's fine. Right, climbing a bit too much here, so let's put that down just a notch and reduce the power just a notch. I'm trying to make very small corrections and then flying a jet. The difficulty lies in making only very small corrections, so you always go where you want to go. We're just zooming through the sky. We're moving so quickly. There's one thing that's not depicted in sim. There's actually a greenhouse tomato plant somewhere here, and it's very lit. They have the LEDs that they use in the night to grow those things. And for many years we had a glow in the night. It's been so funny. I think they corrected it a bit now. It's not as bright as it used to be. I'm not sure what's changed or how they did that, but definitely changed. But I never had a chance to see it from the plane, I believe. Looks spectacular anyway. So we're passing Whiskey Romeo 703. That's where I wanted to. Once we're beamed that, that's when I want to do the base turn. And even though we are not flying normal track pattern, the controllers still use downwind or base just to help you understand better what they're planning for you. Right, we're here, so turn 90-degree left now. And I'm looking at the heading back, which is set to for an approach course to be here on the left. There's actually a very small diamond that's... Oh, I see that my cursor is not showing where it's supposed to be. We can correct that once I'm touching the runway. I know how to correct that. It's just because of the mismatch of the resolutions. Too bad I didn't catch this up earlier. I show what that's about once we are touching the ground. Alright, I'll start slowing down. So reduce the power, speed check, flaps 1. Right, 90-degree now. So that's the base turn. I think I slowed down a bit too much. Also, yeah, where the green does, that's fine. Try to keep this altitude. I'm looking at the station here, and I'll turn left now. Actually, I might be a bit late. Also, localizer is still not moving, and the summer sunset is looking pretty nice. Since we are so far north, the sun is not dipping very far below the horizon, and it's actually pretty bright here long after the sunset. Right, we're on the localizer, so I need to keep capturing that. Go to the correct heading, and we are all good. I hope my voice is also sounding okay. Don't always see the volume bar, but yeah, I think it's okay. Alright. No, I messed up again. Right. Let's climb a bit, add the power a bit. Right, we're back again, so correcting here, make sure this localizer comes back where it's supposed to be. Alright, we are 13 miles. I don't have that much room to slow down, so let's start slowing down. Raises the power again. I think I need to pitch up or not be pitching down once I reduce the power. That seems to have been the problem so far. Speed check flaps 2. Gear down. Oh, the speed. I need more power. Equalizer is still to the right. Glide slopes just started moving, but I'm climbing like crazy for no reason whatsoever. Right, now that's under control. So the beep is at 300 feet, which is the level bus, not 200 as I thought before. That's thing to remember. So I think controllers will ask you once you get 200 feet, but then they consider level bus 300 feet unless you're in RVSM. So usually above flight level 290, and then 200 feet is the limit if I remember correctly. Right, now we're actually right of the localizer, so let's get back there, pitch up just a bit. Right, here's the green line, so my dot of the artificial horizon is on the green line, representing the runway heading. Now we're going to the left, so I need to correct to the right again. We're half scale, so I'll go flaps 3. We're actually a bit slow. And here's the glide slope, so flaps 4, start the descent. And off we go, so 50%-ish is what we need. I think 50, maybe 55, I forgot already. $55, I think 50 is just not enough. Right, glide slope is good, speed is okay-ish. I feel a bit too slow, but the localizer is not right. It's too much right. Okay, let's do the final check, landing gear down to green, and that's it for the touch and go. So once you are on ground, I'll just go to the options and change my resolution so that your cursor is showing up correctly. We're on localizer on glide slopes, so I need to go back to our course. Here we go. Right, that's too far left, so I need to go a bit right, a bit up. Not overdo it, that would be bad. Runway is there. How we're doing time-wise? 1 hour 20, so I think 2 or 3 more approaches and we'll call it a day. This will be enough to make me tired. Right, speed 140, slightly below glide slope, slightly right of localizer. Alright, everything's looking good now. Let's keep that up.
1000.
Also, why was I smashing the runway so hard today? I used to have it all nailed down when I was flying off stream, and today it is a complete mess. Right, laser focus, keeping those things in the middle. That's looking pretty nice. But then I think the problem is the glide slope put us too high. So I'll just transition and look at the puppy. Right about now. Just looking at the runway and the puppy. Occasional looking sight.
500.
So now we're showing, oh, we're actually below. Let's correct that. And that's where things are starting to go wrong. I'm too far down, then I correct too much up, and everything goes wrong. Also, somehow I have a hard time judging the height above the runway here. I'm not sure if this runway is narrower or shorter, or if that's the night effect, or what's going on here.
50,
Right.
40, 30.
Idle, pull up. Yay, that's better. Right, I'll go escape quickly and go to options, change this resolution. So see, even though it's showing the correct one, somehow I need to select it again. And now it will be happy. Why? I don't know. Yeah, now it's working. Right, Toga, flaps 1. There's rotation speed. Whoa, 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 fly plane. Now we need to pitch a lot up, reduce power. I'll go. Actually, let's go like 80% already, so we don't need to pitch up so drastically. Positive climb, gear up. Speed check, flaps up. Oh, disable the auto thrust and fly directors off. I'll try to keep a bit more reasonable climb right now. So within the last 1000, try to keep 1000 feet per minute. See, that's looking better now. I was much quicker with everything, but you see how short the time is to do all of that. This plane is a rocket when you do that. Right, 3000 is coming up, so I'll start our turn. Why not turn to the left? And again, we'll go to the downwinds, fly the same thing again. I'm still not feeling super comfortable with that. I mean, it's pretty okay, but that still wasn't perfect. Oh, the speed, so I need to reduce 55-ish. Alright, now it's looking okay. We are correct-ish altitude, it's just we were sinking too hard. I will be looking for heading 120. Q. I need to relax a bit on the gaming chair. I'm feeling stressed out. This flying is crazy. Right, 120 is almost there. Rolling out on 120 now. Rolling out is the word I need to remember. I'll take a note of this in Discord. Rolling out. And now level we need 55% and pitch like to what's that pitch? I would really like to know, like 3 degrees. Approach. What was the thrust and approach? I absolutely forgot. I need to go right to this heading 120. Hang on. Right, I'll put the note about the approach thrust in a moment. And pitch I think was around 0 on the descent. Okay, we're going like a rocket here. I'll reduce the power slightly. Keep 120, all going good. So I'm thinking two more approaches and we'll call it a day. So this one and the next one, we'll see how time looks like. And this radio tower is actually there in real life as well. It's funny because when you're driving on the highway from that direction into us, you at some point see that radio tower just in front of you, and then once you take this turn, you know we're close to home, because that tells you you're very close to the city. It's one landmark I see when we're driving around. And fun thing is, once you're flying in an area and then you're just driving around, you'll be seeing these landmarks that you know from flying. Right, so the cursor is correct now. If you ever see it being misaligned with what I'm saying, please let me know, I'll correct it. For some reason, even though it reports the correct resolution, you still need to change the setting. That's the way it is. There's the dummy there, I was flying the A320. Good stuff. Right, we're getting close to being a beam of Whiskey Romeo 73. That's when I want to start turning. But we are not there yet. Alright, I had a sip of water, so I'm ready for the next approach. Right, we're a beam here, so let's do that. Start turning, slow down a bit. Actually, we need to slow down a lot. But don't go crazy with the throttle. In the jet, it's a good idea to keep making small corrections, because the jet is just too responsive to everything. So if you're trying to make too much corrections like in GA, you're only getting in trouble. Speed check, flaps 1. Right, I advanced the power to around 50%. Trying to keep that altitude, and I'm looking to be 90 degrees to our final approach course. So it's slightly less than 90 degrees, but that's just good enough. And looking here at the chart, I'll need to turn in just a moment. So I want my 30-degree intercept angle to put us somewhere around here at this diamond, this triangle. So let's start turning now. Things might be a bit late even. Let's go flaps 2 and reduce the power a bit so we slow down. Alright, not too crazy with the power, so I'll add it back up. And I'm looking at 20-degree intercept angle, so that's going to put us at 320, rolling out now. Rolling out! Yeah, finally got the word figured out. I've been looking for this word for a long time now. I'm very happy to have it ready. Finally. Localizer are alive, so I'll start intercepting it. Okay, we'll actually smash it, but no problem. We'll be able to correct that. Actually, yeah, we're just rolling out fine. Boom. Keep that altitude, so I'm not looking where I should be looking, and then my altitude is going off. So that's a bit wonky. I would like to keep this rock solid 3000 feet all the time. I'll advance the throttle just a bit so that we don't lose any more speed. And we're waiting for the glide slope to start coming in. Once it starts moving, I will drop the gear. Once it's halfway, I will go maybe flaps 3 and then half dot. So half scale flaps 3 and half dot flaps 4 and start descent. Right, glide slope is moving and that means gear down. And first that's almost there, so I'll go flaps 3 and just a touch of power to 60%. Need to correct to the right since we are going out of the localizer. I'm climbing again. I don't like this. Half dot, flaps 4 and start the descent. And reduce the power to 55%, I think is what I needed. Alright, that's looking good now. Just pitch slightly down, so I'm at 500-600 feet per minute. We're on the glide slope. We are still on the left, so I'm correcting to the right. Now look, the diamond's on the right, so it will be going to the right side. Now I'm on the localizer, so I'll try to put the diamond on the heading back there. So it's not working now. Now my descent rate is too high, so I'm trying to pitch up a bit. Right, so pitch 0 and 55%, that's what I need. Let me take a note. Noted. Okay, glide slope is okay, the localizer is not okay. Somehow I'm having trouble keeping this localizer today. Now it's coming back. Let's try to put this diamond. And final check, gear down to green. Hey, this is looking great. So now that I know all the settings, that's looking more smooth. Run is there, we're slightly below, correcting. Right now it needs to go back to left. Everything's all over the place. Right, I'll try to keep that. I think that's gonna work. My problem is I'm looking all over the panel too much. I need to look more time. I need to spend more time looking at the artificial horizon, making sure my pitch and heading is where I want. Well, pitch and roll is where I want them to be. Then look at my heading and descent rate, and then finally look at the localizer and glide slope indications in this order. Right, I'll start looking at sights. That will help me align with the localizer. So that's fairly difficult, to be honest. Let's hope I will not smash it this time and not balloon out again. Somehow it's not working in my favor today. And remember, in the jet, very small corrections, since everything is moving so fast. If you do too much of a correction, it will just put you out of scale. So in hand flying, I'm just touching the stick to do all those corrections, like literally moving it few degrees. Like the stick is moving like half an inch either way, not more. So very, very light in the controls, except for the flare. That's why I'm getting more hard on the controls, or when I'm doing the steep bank turns. Wow, the speed is bad.
500.
But that was because I started climbing. And I'm getting all unstable again. Outrageous. So I think the training today has not been enough. Right, let's give that
100.
I'll try to do what I feel is correct here.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Idle and flare. Yay! Finally. Right, flaps 1. Give them a moment to go up. Actually, don't have that moment. And toga. Okay, that wasn't great. I think I should have gone toga earlier. Also, there is a bump in the runway. I'm not sure if you have seen, but the plane jumped a bit. Right, there we go. Positive climb, gear up. I'll reduce the power already. Now I need to pitch down. Okay, it's looking a bit better. Speed check. Flaps up, reduce the power. Okay, turn off the auto thrust, turn off the flight directors. The Airbus is turning them on, even if you don't ask for, but that's actually making things better for you. It's just much safer. So that climb and acceleration was huge initially, but I got it under control way quicker than last time. So at least that bit is improving. Right, looking at the time, I think this will be the last approach. We'll just have the time to do the approach, roll, taxi back, and turn off the... well, shut down the plane. I'll just not full shut down, just shut down the engine and leave it in the turnaround state. 500 to go, I'll start the turn. Right, reduce the power, so I'm looking at 55%. So it looks like in the climb 70% is what I want, and something around 10 degrees. So let me note that down as well. Yay, that's not a down. In GA it's not that well, it's slightly less important to know the exact power settings and pitch settings because you have much more room to figure it out. But again, if you know it, it will work great for you. I've never been noting this down. In the GA I've got some sort of feel where to go, or in some place I just know the numbers like in the Technon. But again, knowing those numbers up front will help you because you know what to aim for and then correct from there. Right, heading 120, keep 3000 feet. And we are doing around 220 knots. I'll reduce the power just slightly to have it around 55%. Right, I did note this down as 3-degree pitch, but this pitch is simply, I think it might be 3-degree. So 2.5 is this small line, and then the rectangle, well, the square touching this small line, that's the pitch we are aiming for. And see, very small deviation in pitch will make a huge difference here. Like, look, I make 1 degree up and we're going up so fast. So you need to be very careful. One YouTube video that was trying to tell people how to fly IFR was, well, how to fly the ILS precisely. And the advice there was to aim small. So you're aiming to do very small corrections here, and like you need to be very precise where this needs to be. So that's more like shooting, and your crosshair needs to be precise where you want it to be. Too far out and you're gone. And now we're smoothly moving through the sky again. Right, I'm getting the hang of it. Awesome, I got the hang of it in the past, but as you can see, it requires constant training, or we're not doing it right anymore. There's the zombie pulling there. So nice having it flying again and loading in so early. Thank you very much. I really do enjoy this. Look, now this altitude is perfect. I'll correct slightly to the right, so we're at heading 120 again, since I lost the heading. And I'm now very focused on having this rectangle at the pitch where it's supposed to be. So aiming very small, aiming for a very precise number, and trying to do only very small corrections from that place where I want to be. Same with the power, same with the roll, same with everything. And there's the cat attacking me again. No. Alright, I think she's good now. Also this radio tower I told you about before is also marked here. So there's 1,309 feet, and if you look out, I'm pretty sure it will be there again. Yeah, see, there's the radio tower. Right, looking at this rectangle to be precisely right to be, which is just touching the first line. And look, the altitude is working great. Also, the bank indicator is always throwing me off in the Boeing and Airbus, because it's somehow totally opposite of what we have in GA. Once we're in the bank, I'll try to explain what's the difference. Basically, here when I'm in the right bank, alright, it will be in the left bank. So when I'm in the left bank, the triangle is showing on the right, and in the GA, the triangle is on the top, and then it's showing to the same side as the turn, which makes it a bit easier. We're beam here, so turn 90 degree left now. So going to, I see what's the problem. So as soon as I start turning, my pitch changes, because I'm probably touching the joystick up or down. So see, when I'm in the left bank, the triangle is pointing to the right. So the triangle that's reading the degree scale on the right. And in the GA, it's a bit different. So in the GA, the degree scale is actually written here on the sky, and then the top triangle is showing here to the left, which makes it just so much more readable. But here somehow it's using this, I think, older style, and well, we're stuck with that, and it's throwing me off every single time. Look at this altitude, it's so good now. Right, 90 degree is done, so roll out. Yay, roll out. I'm finally using the correct word. Correct the pitch again. Start slowing down. I'll just go 40% for slowing down. Speed check, flaps 1. And I think we're good already, so I'll start this turn to have 30 degree intercept. I lost just 50 feet there. Right, I need to add back the power. Actually, slowly decelerate for flaps 2. And we are aiming for heading 320 now. I'm laser focused on this pitch indication, so it's where I want it to be. Also, I'm a bit too low now. Right, I passed 320. This is a bit blurry because of DLSS, but I love the DLSS, so that's okay. I see what my problem is now. Because we slowed down, my pitch target is also moving up, so that's what threw me off there. Oh, smashed the localizer already, so let's capture it. Speed check, flaps 2. So recapturing the localizer, climbing back 3000, here's 3000. Level off. I'll keep the speed around here, so that we're ready for flaps 3. Alright, now we're correcting to the left from the localizer, and it's going back. Keeping 170 knots at 50. I'll keep the 55% power, so I use the same numbers all the time. Here's the localizer again, so we need to recapture it. I was a bit late with that. And I'll try to do same playbook as the last time. So once the glide slope starts moving, I'll go flaps 3, and then when it's on the first dot, I'll go gear down, and when it's half dot, I will go flaps 4 and start the descent. Alright, I'm still struggling with the heading and localizer part. At least the altitude pad is looking better now. A glide slope alive, geared, speed check, gear down. I will start adding at the power to 55%, so we do not slow down too much. Alright, so I know we are off the localizer, but we are within the first dot, so we're established. I'm slowly getting back on this localizer, trying to do small corrections. Glide slope is on the first dot, flaps 3. And there's the half dot, so flaps full, and start the descent. So I'm looking to get pitch 0. We're now on the localizer, so I need to go back on the heading. So bank slightly, make sure we're all close to that. Pitch, keep that pitch of 0, keep that thrust of 55%. And it's working, look at this. Well, almost. I got slightly below, but we'll correct that. I feel like 140 knots is maybe a bit too on the a bit too much on the low end. Thinking like we would need 5 knots more, but then I don't want to fiddle with those power settings anymore. Just keep that since it's working. Alright, we're on the localizer. The diamond is just pointing inside a bit. We're slightly below glide slope, so correcting that. Tyla, hello, great to have you here. We are doing a pretty chill stream today. I started later. We're hand flying the A320, no camera, just the bouncing avatar of me. I really like it. Thank you for redeeming the third, and that's our last approach. I'm hand flying, no auto thrust, so just manual thrust, and it's a bit of a challenge, to be honest. Also the touchdowns, they are a bit too hard. But it's getting better and better. Selfie king, yeah. It's actually, I did this in front of a white wall and then photoshopped in the cinema, which actually was AI generated. So there you go. It's a bit of a quick and dirty avatar, but I've got this working, so it can only improve from now. It looks good, thank you. It's a bit bouncy, but I hope it's okay. At least you see my face and it's moving when I'm talking, so you know things are going on. I've been trying to figure out picture AI. I've got it from the Photoshop beta, the generative fill, and I've also got from Adobe, what's it called? I think Adobe Express on the website beta as well. They have the generative AI that can generate picture from the prompt. As usual, it's a bit hit or miss, but in many cases it can do the job for me. So I'm using it as a tool, and then depending on me, the results are either good or bad. Final check, landing gear down to green, and that's our final landing, so let's make it right. I hope I will not balloon out this time and not smash it again. Our airspeed is a bit low, so I'm not happy with that. Actually, maybe it's actually good. Maybe it's where it's supposed to be. Maybe that's what was giving me the trouble last time. Right, trying to aim correctly now. And flying this plane is difficult because it needs very small corrections and be very gentle on the stick, unless you get into the flare or need to be a bit hard on the stick. So here's that going again, we're getting too high. Why am I doing this all the time? I don't know. Reducing thrust slightly.
30,
Idle now and pull.
5.
Yay! There we go. Right. Reverse spoilers. Spoilers are out, so now I can see that. Stow the reversers. We are at 60 knots. Spoilers up. Actually, spoilers and through closed. And we'll vacate here via Charlie, I believe. Flaps up. Hey, thank you for the applause. Oh dear. I'll handle the landing lights in a second. So usually the plane is landing here. I'm able to make the Charlie here. One time I was sliding Ryanair on a wet runway and we stopped beyond Charlie, and when I saw the Charlie passing by the window very fast, I was slightly concerned, but it's actually still 1,000 feet to go. And for some reason all other passengers were were concerned about her touchdown on the runner, they were not at least concerned about playing going the S pattern along the runway and not slowing down very well compared to normal landing. I think they're actually starting, getting ready to get up. So landing lights off, and we get this to taxi light. Thailand is also my hometown, so that's when I live. And we got scenery from sky to high. So feels pretty good flying here. I've also been doing real instrument approaches here on the Tecna, even though I was flying somewhere else in my flight school. One time we came here to do the approaches. Finally this worked. That's about time. On the last approach I got it right. No ballooning, no smashing. Yay. I'm pretty sure that zombie. Yeah, you just arrived. Perfect. I'm very happy here. Thank you for flying along. It's so nice. And here's the terminal. We have a very nice model, so that's what it actually looks like. It's a very nice terminal. It's on the small end of the terminals, but for our city it's just right. Also remember that the nose gear is behind you, so whenever you taxi you need to turn later than you think. Right, we'll take one of the jetways this time. Oh, we need to get the APU going. So hit that master switch. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Hit the star switch and APU blitz. Alright, that's still not the stands. These are the stands for the CRJs and turboprops. Usually, or sometimes I did see a business jet here. I actually saw a Gulfstream one time. Let's take the next jet bridge. So we'll try to take the 9. So what I'm going to do is I'll try to follow this line here. Now remember, my nose wheel is behind me. So once I pass it, only then I will need to start turning and get the taxi light off. So I think that's about now. I'll get the full deflection, now half deflection. And make sure we got back here. Oh, that was way too far. So I actually botched it. Now let's try to park nice here. No, not yet. Where do you want to stop? Let's try to stop nose wheel on this line. So once it passes here, I want to... I noted this point, and then I want this point to start like now. Spring there. Is it about right? Well, still a bit too early. I need to work on that. Anyhow, it's good enough. Parking brake set, jump in the cockpit, engines off. I hope the APU is up. Phew, it's in the green. The fuel pump's off. Actually, the seat belts, that's the first thing we need to have off. I often when I'm flying as passengers, I notice they just shut down the engine and turn off this immediately. Oh, I also forgot to turn off the radar and predictive wind shear. Transponder off, and the array off. This is disarmed, blah blah. Beacon light off, and I think we are all set here. So we can set the disembark, well, deboard the plane. It will connect the jetway, I think. And there's the zombie. Yay, great stuff. So cool, I love it. Look, now the liver loaded for you. It has been delivered. Delivery. I mean, let's make some more screenshots. If you're up for a trip, I'll show you around again. So there's a terminal at night now. It has a bit of funky construction. It actually looks pretty nice and is very bright inside. There's a lot of sunlight coming in. But also those pylons are very nice. They look super cool. Here's where we enter. Here's the security check area. Then you take the stairs and you're in the gate area. There's actually no stairs here, but here's the gate area. It looks pretty much like this. It's slightly more fancy in real life. And there's usually a bit more people. That's what it looks like. And then whenever you're going to UK, so you see these glass panes here. They also put the glass panes here and isolate the area after the passport control. So then this glass pane serves as the border after the passport control, and EU flights are staying here. That's pretty much it. And if you're a guest, you can just come up here and look at the people waiting and look at the planes through two layers of glass. And there's us there under the zombie. So that's it. And it's that direction. That's where I'm living. I don't have any scenery for the city, so you don't see much. That's it. Let's find some nice angle. No guitars today for the end. I'll shut down the sim. I mean the audio, since it's super loud. Let's try to find some nice angle. Do last screenshot. So that's denial error. So denial error is airline in Egypt. Pun intended. I think that's gonna be a nice screenshot. And there's the marshaller there. So funny. Interesting that it came up here for you. Maybe that's where I wanted to go. Also, hang on. Did I finally go where I wanted to go? So that's 10, that's 9. So I wanted where I wanted to go. It's just I turned way too late. Right. Thank you for hanging out, thank you for flying along. Next stream will be Thursday 18 Zulu. As usual, I'll let you know what we'll be doing in the Discord. I have no idea yet. So, as usual, I'll put some note in Discord. It's been super fun today. I enjoyed flying this and testing the... You got Condor on my side. Oh, so it's getting the random livery. I see that. I super enjoyed hand flying this, and as you saw, it has been a bit of a struggle for me, even though I've been practicing this in the past a lot, even though it still has been a struggle. So practice, and then whenever you think you're ready, you need to practice a bit more so you don't forget. I can totally recommend hand flying the Airbus. It's a lot of fun, and as you can see, it's not that straightforward. Cool. I'll open a Twitch and see who's up. Hang on. Who do we have there? I've enjoyed the avatar. A bit of a different stream. Everything was a bit different today. I think it is about right. Who is there? Also, since Chewy moved to YouTube, we cannot rate him anymore, but I think he's streaming on Wednesdays, so I think he'll be up tomorrow. So you can totally go watch him. He needs a lot more audience there. Not many people I know who are flying at the moment. Alright, Rapunzel is up. Let's ride him. He's gonna be so happy. Since I need to change this a bit on my end, I'll kill the music for you, but I'll get the birds playing. I hope it's gonna work. Oh, it's just me not hearing them. Okay. Alright. Raise up. I'll go to the end scene. I super enjoyed this today. It's been pretty nice. I think that's a nice backup setup for me. So if I super feel like not streaming, I can just do that and it's much easier on me. So the test has been successful. Also, I'm thinking I may one day do some long haul flight on some other day that I'm not usually streaming. And I've got a Warhammer 4000 army to paint, and I'm super looking into doing a long haul flight and painting those figures or assembling them. So I'll think about the setup. Somewhere in the future, sooner or later, we may do that. It's gonna be great. Other than that, thank you again for being here. Oh, there were two follows offline, the Jamal and I'm Horizon. I'm just replaying them. Thank you for following. Great to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Right, thank you again. The raid's up. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye, bye, bye.